Hello, I'm Chanel, this is Spirited Stardust, and today we're looking at the Dreams Within Dreams tarot deck created by Jade Trinh. This is the box, so this is a Kickstarter deck. It cost me 118 Australian dollars in total. It was 84 and then 33 for shipping, so in USD that's 55 for the deck, 22 for shipping, and 77 total in USD. So let's take a look on the inside. So we've got, at any moment you have a choice that either leads you closer to your spirit or further away from it. And then you've got the box here, and in it you've got a picture. The deck also came with this little bag that says Dreams Within Dreams. It just feels like a cotton with tassels. So here we have the guidebook. It is full color and gloss. There is an introduction, so this is supposed to, the main theme of this is dreams and symbolism. There's a little spread there, dream journaling, and then you've got the cards. You've got about the cards and then some keywords and reverse words and full color picture. And for the minor, oh, you've got extra cards as well. So they've got some extras at the end. And for the minor, you've got 2 sentences and then some keywords and reversals, no pictures. And at the end, you've just got about the author. So that's the itty bitty guidebook. The cards, so these came with a choice. So you could choose either gold hollow, foiling and gilding, which is what I have chosen, or you could choose silver. So I've gone with the gold, so you've got the matte gold edges as well. And like I said, the front, but you could also choose silver if you wished. The cardstock is a 350 GSM art paper with anti-scratch lamination. So it's got that satin kind of feel to it, and it's quite thick. So let's take a look at the cards. Okay, so shuffling wise, I do not think you could riffle shuffle it. Like I wouldn't want to bend it. Maybe you can, but I just don't want to bend the cards. So I just overhanded it and it's fine. It's a bit clumpy. I think the thick cardstock like that tends to clump, but yeah, it's okay. We've got, I'm giving two since it's just such a short little description. So the first one up is Two of Cups. So here we go. Two people hold onto each other as teacups pour out their contents. This represents a new partnership or connection between a pair. Keywords: partnership, unity, connection, closeness, mutual respect. Reversal: separation, rejection, tension, mismatch, imbalance. And then for the Chariot. The Chariot is pulling you towards a direction. There are ropes to guide the Griffin, but the hand is gripping onto the Chariot instead. Do you know where you're going, or are you passively sitting by? To the cultures that often reference the Griffin, this creature is referred to as a divine guardian, and it can be symbolic of enlightenment, independence, wisdom, strength, vengeance, and loyalty. Keywords: know where you're going, focus, goals, overcoming challenges. Reversal: aimless, focusing on the wrong things, disorganization, opposition. So I will see you back here for my review. Hello, welcome back for my review portion. So let me talk about the deck. So I backed this deck November last year and I received it this year in August. So it took 10 months from backing it to receiving it. The box I think is gorgeous. So I think this box is beautiful. I'm a sucker for blues and pinks together. I just absolutely love it. And with the clouds and the moon, it's right up my alley. The quote is lovely on the inside. I haven't made a bag for this yet. I'm actually surprised that they put the more nightmarish card in here. It kind of throws off the vibe a bit. So I haven't made a bag, but I'm probably going to use this color deck to do the bag in. You'll see it in my monthly wrap up most likely. So let's talk about the guidebook. So the guidebook is itty bitty. There really is not a lot to it. I would call it a booklet rather than a guidebook. So at the start, the author talks about the theme for the deck, which is dreaming, but that they pull on cartoons, anime, mythology, and folklore, as well as cultural influences. So you can see that in the cards straight away. I thought, oh, is that god or goddess? And it was. So there's also a dream interpretation spread, which I haven't done. I actually don't tend to pull cards on dreams. I sort of just interpret them myself, but maybe in the future it might be something that I might do. So the write-ups are okay, like it's fine. You know, wouldn't recommend this for a beginner, but it's absolutely fine. It's got enough there. Same for the minor arcanas as well. So guidebook is okay. The cards, beautiful. I think these backs are absolutely stunning. I love them. I'm happy with my selection with the gold. Obviously can't tell what the silver would look like in person, but the gold is gorgeous. The matte is, you know, one of those soft matte gilding, so this is fine. The cardstock is very luxurious. The only thing though with this cardstock is it doesn't shuffle super well. Like I find it does, as you can see, like it clumps when you're overhanding it. So, and I'm not gonna do the bendy, you know, this one. It's more of the side job when you're doing that and then smooshing it together. So with decks like this, I end up generally trying to just touch them individually and being like, okay, that's my card, rather than just doing this. Because it's also less likely to have jumpers. I find I'm less likely to have jumpers, but like I said, they can clump together and then you can end up just getting the same cards over and over. But possibly with time, it could be better, because already after having worked with it for a week, it's a little bit better. So, but just generally, yeah, this cardstock, beautiful, luxurious, good quality, but not always the best shuffler. So I will show you some pairings and then I'll talk a bit more about the deck as well as I do that. So I'll start off with a tarot pairing. I don't normally pair tarot with tarot personally, but I do notice some other people do. So I thought I'd at least do one tarot pairing. So this is Tarot of Oneness. These are the backs of that one. And I thought this would go well because it's got another like saturated sort of color palette, very similar color style to this deck. As you can see too, this deck is thick because of the cardstock. So here you have 9 of Swords with the Empress and 5 of Swords, and already I'm seeing like a grey color theme in that one. So you've got King of Swords here. So with the guidebook, sometimes they talk about the imagery, sometimes they don't. Here you've got King of Pentacles, King of Swords, and Queen. You've got a king and a queen and another king. So yeah, sometimes they don't. So it depends on the card. I would have loved, like I said, I love the more the better with a guidebook for me. I just want as much information as possible. But I know that's not that easy to do now that I've also been trying to do my own guidebook. It's like, ooh, I can see why people don't want to do a really big one. Okay, so you've got 10 of Cups with synchronicity and oneness. So these are two cards that's lovely. It's beautiful. That are bonuses. So this deck also has 2 bonus cards, which I will show you now. So the 2 bonus cards for this one come at the end. So you've got Deja Vu. Are things happening and happening again, like you already know what's happening? This is a good time to unpack the feeling of deja vu. You've got avoidance, ignore, solution, action-oriented. And the nightmare. What embodies a nightmare for you? Why is this a nightmare for you? Anxious fear, facing fears, tackling the problem. Some of the cards are also renamed, as you can see with like the Royal card is called the Universe. But here, for example, I'll bring this one up. So this is Isis. So they talk about Isis there. So like I said, sometimes they do have, they talk about the character depicted. So you've got 3 of Pentacles, 9 of Swords with the Moon. So I think these ones go really well together. Color-wise, I thought they were just, they feel like a sibling, to be honest. Here you've got 6 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles with Ace of Cups. Like even looking at this color story, I think it's really harmonious. And I absolutely enjoyed these two visually together. 2 of Cups. Oh. So we've got Page of Cups, 10 of Cups with the 2 of Cups. Isn't that the loveliest? Just what a beautiful pairing this really is. It just feels really loving and gentle and a bit magical. And like I said, I really enjoyed this pairing together. So one final one for these guys. So you've got the Tower with 6 of Pentacles and Page of Swords. Like I said, I just think color-wise, they work perfectly. Okay, so now I'm going to be pairing it with the Oracle Everyday Witch. This is a mass market. So the other one, Tarot of Oneness, is an indie deck. Sorry about the wind outside. It's very windy today. Okay, so here, I'll change the card. We have Follow Your Dreams, Give Love, Knight of Cups. So I thought these two might go together because they both got that fairy tale-esque element to them, where they feel like a sort of storybook. Speak Your Mind, Connect with Gaia, 8 of Wands. They also have a similar color story as well, in terms of the saturation and the colors. Prosperity and Abundance, Meditation for Peace and Serenity with the Empress. Again, we've got the Lovers with Joy and Delight and Fire Magic. That's very, very cute. I love this deck. Also has a lot of purples and blues in it. In general, which I don't normally go for, but I like it in this deck. Page of Cups with Plant the Seeds and Meditation to Dig Deep. So I will do one more and then go on to a different deck. We've got 6 of Cups with Listening to Wisdom and Make a Move. So this wasn't too bad. I don't love it, but I thought I'd have a look at it. Next up, I thought I'd look at it with the Radiant Crystal cards. I thought maybe adding some white space might be interesting. So let's see how this one goes. All right, so here we have the Traveler, which is the full card. Super cute. It's got that anime vibe. With the Moonstone for emotional balance, intuition and soothing, and Sodalite for guidance, intuition, emotional balance. How funny is that? Same. Let's try the next one. 5 of Coins, tough card with Tourmalated Quartz, grounding, harmony, purifying, and Carolite, spirituality, insight, and connection. So like I said, I like to do color sometimes because then things get picked up a bit more than I would normally see, and because I do a lot of chakra work, so I do notice color. We've got 9 of Cups with a Herkimer Diamond, Peace, Attainment, Divine, and Picture Jasper, Compassion, Nurturing, Relaxing. So I'm not sure about these, if these work together or not. We have the Hermit in a bath with Sunstone, Empowerment, Freedom, Originality, and Larimar, Manifestation, Nurturing, Inner Wisdom. And here we have Ace of Swords with Bentoite, Clarity, Prosperity, Calming, and Blue Chalcedony or Chalcedony, Calm, Harmony, and Communication. So that's pretty fitting. I'll just do one more. 10 of Coins with Magnesite, Relaxation, Purification, Visualization, and Moldavite, Clarity, Awareness, and Renewal. So not bad, but not the greatest. Okay, so now we're moving on to the pairings that I made with this deck. So the ones that I actually worked with this deck with this week. So the first one is the Asteria Oracle. So these are the backs of those. This does not have a lot of cards, unfortunately. Okay, so let's have a look. So here we have 10 of Coins with embodiment and alignment. I loved these together. I thought they were just fab. This deck also has a lot of like purples and blues in it, and I just thought that that worked really well. But I just like the energies together. We have Ace of Wands with medicine and timeline. 3 of Wands with awareness and Venus. So I'll admit, when I first opened this deck, I was a bit unsure. I thought, oh, this looks a bit too cartoony for me. 2 of Wands with transformation, activation. And I was like, I don't think I'm going to like this deck, even though the quality was gorgeous. I just really love the colors of these together. I'm just going to leave that there for a second. Even though the quality was stunning, I wasn't sure. I thought, oh, I think it might be too young. I don't know if this is my vibe. It seems a little bit AI. King of Wands with perspective and grounding. And then I played with it and I became connected quite quickly, really surprisingly. 10 of Swords with portal and light. Well, that's interesting because it does also look like she's falling through a portal with the wings. I like that aspect. 4 of Cups with intuition and dimension. And it was surprising. It was really surprising how quickly I bonded with the deck. Hello, darling. Hello, little kitty cat with your little kitty paws. Because there was another deck that I got off Kickstarter that reminded me of this one, and I did end up rehoming that one. If I can remember the name of that one, I'll put it up there. So I thought, oh, it's going to be like that one. Here we've got Deja Vu with masculine and parallel. But it was not like that one. So I think with decks, it's funny sometimes. You have decks that are the whole shebang. You've got the universe with feminine and growth, where you love the quality, you love the art style, you love the guidebooks and the write-ups, and you connect to the deck and you like the readings. Like that's getting the whole lot in one parcel. Queen of Cups with reincarnation and Aquarius. That's cool. Or sometimes you only get certain aspects, like some decks I keep purely for the artwork. They're just little bits of art, but I don't actually like them as a functioning deck. 5 of Wands with mystical and realms. And then some decks I keep not because I like the artwork, but because they're just fantastic readers and I get absolutely amazing readings from them. 7 of Cups with wisdom and pilgrimage. I actually really like this 7 of Cups. Normally I don't like a lot of 7 of Cups interpretations visually, but this one I really like. I'm digging the chick with the blue hair. I'm literally reading a book now called August Blue, in which a woman has dyed her hair blue. So this one just reminds me of that. 8 of Cups and freedom, karma. Or there's decks that I kept just for the guidebook because the way they're written up is amazing, and though I don't like the cards and I don't, yada, yada, yada. 8 of Cups with freedom and karma. But this one, with this one, I initially didn't like the artwork, I'll be honest. 7 of Wands with shadow and manifesting. After using it and getting great readings and enjoying the messages and feeling connected, 6 of Wands with kundalini and rebirth. That's 2 snakes in that one. Interesting, very interesting. I now like the artwork. So I don't know if that's happened to somebody else where there's a deck that you just didn't like the artwork to begin with. The Hanged One with lucid and starseed. But then after playing with the deck and connecting to the deck and forming a relationship with the deck, you end up liking the artwork. Has that happened to anybody else? So now I do. Now I really enjoy it. I'm like, I can't believe my first reaction to this was no, not for me. Oh, I love this one. 3 of Cups with kitties, guys. So like I said, even though it feels a bit young, because I guess the bit more anime style, I don't mind it. I'm fine with it now. Like we're all cool. So the next deck that I paired it with was Nest of Light Oracle. And you've got 3 of Cups with Golden Dragon and Green Flame. I did it with this one because I wanted a deck that gave a bit of space. And I feel like the white space in this gave this one more breathing room. But once again, I feel like the colors were very complementary. 6 of Swords with Rain of Light and Ocean of Light. And I just thought they worked well together. So I chose decks that were based on a lot of energy. So the Asteria was more of a cosmic energy. The Nest of Light is about light energy, rays, you know, that kind of thing. And this book is supposed to be about dreams. So you've got 4 of Swords with Rainbow Ray and clean and organize. I always find the Four of Swords interesting, how they've done it. This guy's literally fallen asleep at the dinner table. And yeah, once again, I thought these two also worked really well together. The star with intention and indigo flame. And that's a beautiful star with the Aurora Borealis and the whales there. But yeah, I really like the deck now. King of Coins, Crystal Ball, your altar. That one's fascinating because that's the tortoise with the world on its back. I wish this, like instance for this one, I'm sort of familiar with the folklore about the turtle carrying the world on its back, but I don't know a lot about it, and I would have loved to have that information on hand because I don't mention anything about the depiction, just turtles as a symbol in general, not the turtle with the world on its shell. Queen of Coins with roses, flowers, and Tibetan bowl. And I'll just let you know who this is because that's one of my favorite cards anyway. So they've done Lakapati, the deity of fertility and agriculture in Philippine mythology, is trans, symbolizing the balance of everything. She also represents prosperity and is grounded and secure. The keywords are practicality, comforting, generosity. Interesting. Did not know that. And that's paired with, roses and flowers. Beautiful. And the Tibetan singing bowl. Beautiful. So this deck is also, I remember them saying it's queer friendly, which is lovely. Knight of Coins with golden flame and ancestors. So I do appreciate that in decks. Like I said, some cards I like less. So it is a bit varied. Like this one too, stuff like this makes me think AI. Like it's a very typical sort of like AI style artwork. So I've had fun. I've had fun with this deck. I'm happy with my purchase. Yes, it took, that's just a really beautiful color match, a long time to come in, but worth the wait. Oh, those tracks are so noisy. This was a very interesting Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is not normally like a positive card, and this one to me visually doesn't look like energetically what the Nine of Wands is like for me, but they've said when reality hits you hard, it is incredibly tempting to just give up. But will you? Taking your time to get back up is fine too. Persistence, getting close to almost their last stand. So yeah, I'm not sure if I vibe with that depiction. Like it's a very cute picture, but I'm not sure it's like real Nine of Wands for me. But like I said, there are some images that don't do anything for me, but overall, I do enjoy them. I'll have to look that one up. That's got to be Greek mythology, right? And there's nothing there, so they don't say anything about the picture. Like I would like to know. I think that would be Greek mythology, but like I said, they don't always put what it is in the picture. But I will do a little reading now and let you know how it reads. So they've renamed that to the teacher, which I think is much better than the Hierophant, and they've put white robes. It's a better description. Look at the Emperor. Like this just reminds me of like Final Fantasy and all those kinds of things. So look, I do find that this deck also has a bit of a like inner child quality to it. Like it definitely plays into the child in me, and I really enjoy that. So it's definitely a more fun deck, but like I said, I still got some great amazing readings with it. I love that High Priestess as well, and the Magician. So it was definitely a fun time. And like I said, when I just want to keep playing with them and I don't want to put them away, that's a very good sign for me personally. So this deck was definitely that way, and I just had a blast. This reminds me of Hogwarts. Does anyone else feel that way? But yeah, like I said, they've tried to, that's another one that looks a bit AI, to have varied ethnicities in here. I love that they did the Morai as the Wheel of Fate. Do they even mention that's the Morai? Okay, no, this is not the Morai. Interesting. So it says about the destiny that there's the Norns in Norse mythology, Mut in ancient Egyptian, but this one is inspired by an ancient legend, Chinese, where the red thread of fate is considered invisible and ties all those whose lives will intertwine. Okay, so it's not the Morai, but interesting. That's what I mean. Like, give me explanations of who these people are. So, like I said, sometimes you get them, sometimes you do not. That's a very typical depiction of Three of Swords. So, Queen of Swords, like for instance, Queen of Swords. Tell us who that is. So this queen is Queen Amanirenas, who led her people and kingdom of Kush to successful defense against Augustus Caesar and the Roman Empire. I love it. I love learning about history. So like I said, they've tried to have varied cultural backgrounds, varied genders, varied sexuality, sexual orientations. This one to me definitely seems like Ursula, right? 6 of coins, give and take. That's hilarious. But no, they don't mention, but that's Ursula, guys, right? You know, you gotta give something if you want to get something. And age-wise, though, I don't think there's a lot of age diversity in here, I'm pretty sure. So that's or ability. But, you know, it's a very fantastical kind of deck. And yeah, we'll have a read so you can see how it reads. But surprisingly, even though it's not really my general visual aesthetic, I really enjoyed my time with it. So I think sometimes you can't judge a deck by its artwork until you've had a play, because I actually do have a lot of decks that the artwork does absolutely nothing for me, but they are phenomenal readers. I get amazing messages. But like I said, this is great quality. It was fun. It has an interesting theme. The write-ups are fine, but it was a great reader and I connected. So that's the main thing. Okay, so here I've done a little month ahead spread. And visually, I find this a feast for the eyes. It is so dreamy and fantastical, and it reminds me kind of like Studio Ghibli in a way, and I love it. I'm seeing too the colors here. We've got sacral and solar plexus. We've got throat and third eye chakra, but here in the middle too, there's pink and green. So heart chakra as the center. And also the card, we've got the Fool, and they've renamed it to the Traveler, which I actually really like. I think that's a really cool renaming, because sometimes the Fool, I don't know, like that word can have a negative connotation to it. But here too, we've got, this is the first card in this particular deck. So we've got 2 first cards. So straight away, the main theme of the month for me would be that this is one of new beginnings, a new adventure, new opportunities. With the more younger looking figure too, it really emphasizes that childlike sense of wonder and curiosity, that innocence, that kind of blind faith and optimism, you know, with launching a new adventure. And even though there's 2 paths in this picture, by using intention and intuition, you will be guided. You'll choose the correct path. Be centered and aligned with what you want to experience, with where you want to go. And with using your intuition too, there will be sort of a clarity and confidence in the choices that you make along your journey. I'm just going to quickly read the intuition in this one, because sometimes it has some sentence that really gives me some clarity. So in the intuition, they've referenced the feeling that is in sort of your stomach or heart center, that you feel when you're being called to follow something. And I thought that was very interesting, that it's pulled on to the other colors and the other chakras that I mentioned in this area. But it says to slow down and tap in to your inner compass so that it can illuminate the path, which I thought was really interesting. The overall message would be August is a month of new beginnings, opportunities, adventure, to trust your inner guidance, but also to set the intention perhaps of where it is you want to go, what it is you want to experience, what it is you want to do. And by aligning your intentions with your intuition, you will be guided to the correct path in order to get to the destination that you're hoping for, to have the experience of the adventure that you need. And that it'll be overall one that is in alignment with you, because there's a lot of like chakra energies that come out to me in this one. It is one that will appeal to your inner child and that kind of youthful, joyful exuberance and optimism about life. And that, yeah, to make the most out of this month, just try to check in with your intuition and be clear with your intentions. So like I said, all of the readings I got with these 3 decks were beautiful visually. It was, like I said, just a real sumptuous feast for the eyes. I love the color story and the color palette in these decks, and I think they're amazing. That is everything. This was the Dreams Within Dreams Tarot by Jade Trinh. I hope that wherever you are having a dreamy morning, afternoon, or evening. And as always, stay wild, star child.